Well, that's seriously terrible lighting. It's all dark in here. But if I face that way, then it's going to be all, you know, glare in my glasses. Go figure. So I thought I'd update you all on what's happening in my glorious life. My hip started back in, and I am so sad. I don't know what I did different. Cottage cheese? I don't know. I'm eliminating that out of my diet for now and just trying to figure out what is aggravating my hip. I've been resting for 2 days in that chair. And I hate that. Let me grab my coffee. Oh gosh, I hope you didn't get a butt shot. I wasn't thinking. I feel like I haven't lost a pound. Even though I've lost 40 pounds, though I don't know recently what I've lost because I haven't wanted to walk to the scale at Publix, you know. Excuse me for jiggling here. I'm a little OCD. Things have to be centered. Right, so I'm making pumpkin custard this morning. Now, if you wanted to make pumpkin custard, I would definitely add a little heavy cream in there. Okay, so what did I do? In a 4-cup, well, it's really like a 6-cup. I got this cute little glass thingamajiggy. What the heck do you call it? A little mini casserole dish. It's like a refrigerator dish for leftovers, but it can go in the oven. It can freeze. It can do everything. Very cool. Got it for $6 because it was on sale at the regular Bell's, not the Bell. Well, they don't call it Bell's Outlet anymore. They call it Bell's and Home something or other. Anyhow, Home Centric, I think. Anyhow, so I buttered the crap out of it because I learned the hard way with my little custard container that if you do not butter it, which I forgot to do, it sticks like the dickens. Took me 2 days to clean it. So I buttered thoroughly my little rectangular thingamajiggy. And in my blender, I put 6 eggs, 2/3 of the can of pumpkin, because I used the third the other day to make pancakes. Very mushy. Yeah. Less pumpkin in the future. So, what was I saying? Right, 6 eggs, 2/3 of a can of pumpkin, which I think is going to be plenty because that really makes it soft, okay? Eggs, pumpkin, vanilla, cinnamon, and syrup. This time I put 3 tablespoons in. I really want it sweeter, I admit it. And, because, you know, you gotta understand, I can't taste. Sometimes I think I'm tasting, but I think it's my brain playing games with me, because if you blindfolded me and asked me, I know textures. Like, I'd probably be able to guess that a banana was a banana, because it's not like a potato. It's wet and creamy when you start mushing it around in your mouth, and it has a particular sting in your nose, that banana sting. I don't know what the heck else to call it. So while I cannot taste my custard and tell you how wonderful it tastes, I can tell you how creamy it is. Now, previously, when I used cottage cheese, it came out very bready. I'm a custard person. I don't know if this is going to come out more like egg or if it's going to be more custardy, because like I say, there's no cream. The other thing I wish I would have done, and I forgot, is I wanted to put a ½ teaspoon of baking powder in it to see if we could get that lovely rise and keep it there. But I forgot that too. So all that's in it right now is eggs, pumpkin, syrup, a little bit of vanilla because I'm out now, and some cinnamon. And it's baking at 325 for 40 minutes. And this time I'm not going over 40 minutes, even if it seems not done, because I think it cooks while it's still in the pan when you pull it out, because it's still so hot, you know? Or maybe I'm imagining everything. I think I'm just going to make sure that the sides are set and not worry about that wetness that seems to be in the middle. We'll find out, won't we? So yeah, I think I should never go beyond 40 minutes at 325. So, because I did it the other day and it was way too dense. I want a creamy, custardy consistency. And 3 eggs is a great breakfast, right? I mean, if you're doing carnivore. And I'm not really doing carnivore because there's pumpkin in it. But pumpkin's really good for you, as you know. And anyway, I think that's what I read somewhere. I don't really care. I just want to get this weight off. I want to see if I can heal my hip. My whole journey right now is heal that hip. And I've been very bad with exercises. It's been about 4 days and I'm not doing my exercises. I feel blue. I admit it. I feel sad. I just don't, you know, most people have said their hip replacement has gone very well, but then you get a couple who say it's worse. What if I'm one of those? It's possible. I just don't want to take the chance. And then there's the, you know, rare chance that blood clots, there's the chance of joint slippage once they put it in. Could you imagine? What would that feel like? I don't want to know. Dejection, dejected, rejection. No, I don't know. Who's that walking around the backyard? I don't know, guys in blue shirts. Can't be the lawn guys again. Maybe it is. All they're doing is churning up dust all the time. Anyway, so what else am I doing? Not a heck of a lot. Staying here and licking my wounds. And yesterday Maggie came and she said, hey, let's go to the farmer's market, because I was entertaining perhaps getting vegetables, because right now it's all protein and fruit, mostly berries. And apples, I like that, and some nuts. So my diet consists of animal protein, some butter, very little, animal protein, nuts, apples, and berries, and that's it, except for last night. Last night I was starving at 9:30 p.m. and I said, I'm not going to bed with this happening. As all, so, you know, speaking to me, tummy talking. And I said, what's in the freezer? So I'm looking around the freezer, and there was a thing of frozen peas. And I'm like, oh, I haven't had peas with salt and butter in forever. So I cooked them up. I put butter and salt on them. I ate them. Couldn't taste the thing, but it was interesting. The texture was most bizarre. And you never think of that when you can taste things, but once you can't taste things, it's weird, man. It's weird, okay? Can I taste coffee? Absolutely not. But I can feel the bitterness. I can taste the sweetness. And that's it. It's all emotional. Life. Okay, so what have I been doing? Well, I've been getting ready for the November Renninger show. Yes, I'm going to go do it with my children because they want to do it. They're going to give me some tables. I'm going to try to sell as much off as I can so I can pay off the last of my debts. I'm very, very close. I paid off a firm. That was the chairs, the 2 chairs for the countertop, you know, the bar stools. And now I am working on my my PayPal, which will be paid off in the next month. So I'll have 2 down and 3 to go. So the next 3 will be the Amazon store card, my Visa, and my MasterCard. My MasterCard is the worst. That has the bit on it. And a few other things that I think I tacked on there too. Mercy. But I'm doing okay. I'm back on pain pills, a tramadol a day and a half a Flexeril at bedtime, sometimes a half of a marijuana cookie. That is wheat, and so I did get a little bit of wheat in that cookie. And, yeah, it makes me sad. I found that walking with my cane is putting my mid back out. So when my hips started to feel better, I ditched the cane. And then about 5 days in, all hell broke loose. So I'm going to have to go back to taking it easy. Here's my problem. I'm going to North Carolina to see Bonnie. She's my youngest. She's recently gotten a new job with a really fat promotion, and she will be moving out to Colorado. My heart. I don't want her to go that far out. You know, it was so simple. It was like, oh, I can drive up there and see her if I ever get to drive again. I'm flying. The financial part made no sense, and since I'm heavily in debt right now, and trying to work my way out, $600 in gas alone didn't make a lot of sense compared to $184 to fly, but there and back. That's including nice front seats with no one in front of me so I could stretch out that bad leg. It was torture for 2.5 hours the last time trying to, lift my leg. So, and the bathroom's right there. So it was worth paying $27 each for both seats there and the return. So $184, and I get to fly there and back. I'll have to take an Uber to the airport and back, and I'll have to take an Uber, and it's still going to be way cheaper than if I drove. And the risk of driving at this point, when I still feel like there's something underlying in that van. So Brett will be taking it back in while I'm gone. I'm going to tell him, I want you to take those, I want you to have a look at that front wheel drive. Take the wheels off, take the brakes and rotors off. Is there something going on in there? Is there something grinding? I can feel it, okay? And the other thing is sometimes it shakes. Yes. I'll be looking at the mirror and I'll be like, eh. It's like, what the heck? And then the other thing is I'm going to tell him, take the steering apart. Have a look. I know something's wrong. I just don't know what it is because I'm not a car person. And we are so close to having that darn thing like brand spanking new. I think I'll tell him to look at the muffler system too. Maybe there's something going on in there. I don't know. Hope it's not the engine. Because if it is, I'm going to rip my hair out and scream. Okay, so, yes, so I'm working on jewelry. I'm going to try to make enough money to pay off the last of my debts, and we'll see what happens. And I'd really love the money to go back and visit Rachel. Rachel and I had a strained visit, and I don't want it to end that way. I want to go back, and I want to do some fun things, perhaps in December. We'll see what I can make in November, right? And, yeah, and to all trolls, yes, I'm going to claim the money I make. I'm going to let them know that it's part of my inheritance, what my husband left me, and see if they give a damn. So, yeah. That's it. That's all I can think of here. I'm going to babysit Finn shortly because the kids have to talk to an accountant. And so I'll entertain Finn. He got the coolest little drone. It's like, it's so cool, I'm telling you. He had one, but we broke it. He had one that was shaped like a flying saucer. That was rad. And you charge it up and you throw it into the air and it flies around. We never had a toy that could fly. I mean, you take it on a little string and you like whip it around and pretend it was flying, but no, this one flies. And it can feel when it gets too close to anything, so just move away from that object. So we're going to play with that because he just loves it. And I get such a kick out of it that, it's very entertaining for him. And the kids will be doing their meeting. And then I'm free to come home, right? Because it's Wednesday and there's no show tonight. Now tomorrow, Mike and Maggie are going on a date. And I'm babysitting. And then they're going to come home the next morning. And I have to leave there at about 12:30 so that I have a couple hours to get to the airport and because I have to wait in line to get to the desk to get a wheelchair. A wheelchair. I'm so upset that I need a wheelchair. I don't want a wheelchair, do you hear me? But I'm going to be getting one. This is depressing, okay? Yeah. It's okay though. I'm fighting for my right to walk on my own with no hip replacement. Can it be done? Heck, I don't know. I sure as heck am going to keep trying though. I'm stubborn, man. They're not getting me on that operating table, not till I'm like, if I have to have an operation, then I want to be 145 pounds, number one. And I want to have more muscle so that things will hold in place good. So I got to get back on my exercises. But I'm going to do it. They're very simple, really. Actually, I do them sometimes when I'm sitting. It's put your leg out onto your heel. I mean, while I'm sitting here, right, you put your foot out and touch your heel on the floor. Just sitting and, you know, stretch your leg out, touch your heel. Stretch your leg out, touch your heel. I do those, and then I do the march. Knee up, knee up, knee up. You just sit here and you march. You don't even have to stand. Sometimes when I stand, I do them too, but... And then the other thing she does to do the arms is she just, you know, lift. You're just using your own weight, right? So you do the arm lifts, and then she says, then do the opposite left leg with the opposite arm. Lift, lift, lift. That's harder for me because my leg doesn't want to lift straight up. They're like, don't do this to me. This guy's walking around the back. Anyway, so that's some of them. And then punching. Punch, punch, punch. You can do that just while you're sitting in your chair. How very easy is that? Oh, and this one. Yeah, see, I can't get my arms all the way back. I haven't been able to in years. And it's a good one to do because you should try to get your arms together, but I can't. They won't touch. Can yours? Leave me a message and let me know if you can actually get your elbows together. I can't. So those are good ones. I can feel them all through my shoulders and my upper arms. These are good ones. Okay, so now that I've shared a few of those with you. So those I just do when I'm sitting around, but I don't do the stand-up ones, and I got to do them all. And I got to do them for 25 minutes. And yeah, I'm just being lazy. So I'm going to get back on it. I'm still taking my supplements. Yeah. And that's it. Hey, we went to Sam's Club. So Maggie picked me up so we could go to the farmer's market, right? And unfortunately, there was no fresh produce at the farmer's market. So then we went all the way to like 2 towns out to go to this little farm stand, outrageous prices. So then we left there, but Finn got to feed the cows. Loved that. And then we went over to Sam's Club and bought our vegetables. I was looking for local produce. I was like, are there any papayas, mangoes, anything grown locally? Indeed, we could not find them. So I don't know if this is just off season. It's too hot to grow anything. I don't know. I'm not a farmer in Florida. So yeah, so I got some blueberries. It's all I saw that looked halfway decent. Oh my gosh. The produce is so high and it looks so crappy. It's like you've got rotten fruit here and you want $4 a pint? It ain't happening. I'll buy frozen. Thanks. Frozen, it's just not the same. Actually, the berries have been so awful that frozen, you might as well. Go figure. And since that's all I really eat is meat, eggs, and fruit, I mean, except for the peas I had last night. I was thinking of eating green beans, but I don't know. Vegetables just turn me off right now. It's like, I don't wanna. So I'm not gonna. And while at Sam's Club, I looked down and there were these beautiful lamb chops, like 8 or 10 of them in a package. $10. And so I picked one up, I put it in my cart, and Maggie says, they're half price off, buy 2. So I took another one. And so I've been enjoying lamb chops. Oh, they are so fatty. Yeah. And I can't taste them, unfortunately, but they feel all right. You know, it's a little weird chewing on meat and not being able to taste it. It's like, okay. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I don't know where my weight loss is. I feel I would say I've lost at least another pound. But I just feel, I look in the mirror and I'm like, how fat was I? It doesn't look like anything's changed. I want to be thin, God. Why is it taking so long? Why can't I just wake up tomorrow and bling? Yes. Da-da, 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 da-da. Bye.